So I figured it would actually be a good idea if I make a quick part 2 video to my water pump installation, showing it being put back together again, and threading the belts around and stuff like that, which is a little bit of a little bit of a hassle, but I'll do my best to show you how that works. So let's dig in. So you can see that I got the water pump on again. So the new water pump is this nice shiny silver thing here, and it did actually have an additional bolt than what I had realized earlier. If I look at the old one, you can see that there's actually another bolt here, and that was at the very bottom underneath the water pump. So I had removed these bolts, but didn't realize there was another one here, and that's why it didn't just kind of fall off. So there is another one under here, and you need to remove this pulley in order to get to that, and actually to get to any of them, you see. So you remove these 3, so those 8mm bolts are back on now, which holds the pulley in place. So I've already done that, and the reason I did that was because I wanted to put the belt back on so that I could work, because this belt here goes at the back. There's going to be a second belt that goes around the front. You can see there's a pulley there that we're not using. There's going to be another pulley here and another pulley here, and then a pulley tensioner down there. So how did I get this belt on? So if you can see, down here is what I think is the starter motor. The belt goes across the top of the water pump down here, and then it, whoops, let me get this out of the way. It threads down down the far side of this pulley, down underneath this pulley, and then over, and then it actually wraps around this kind of like primary crank pulley here, whatever that is. It goes around the bottom of that, and then it zigzags over the top of this tensioner. So this is the kind of the difficult bit here, is trying to figure out how it winds around this area. You can see that it actually, if you can just about see there, this belt is both above and also on top of this this pulley here. So then it goes across the top, and again it's like it's a split here, so it's going across the top of the pulley, but it's also on the pulley itself, and around that is a tensioner. So that's the difficult bit. So threading it through here, see that there's actually a gap that it has to go through, and then onto the water pump. So I would suggest putting it onto the water pump, getting it around here, getting it onto this tensioner pulley here, and then the last thing you want to do is going to thread it onto the 2 large pulleys to my right. And the way to get those on there is to have a socket driver in here, and then an extension bar like this. Okay, so my extension bar goes that way, and then you can push, and that tensioner is pretty hard, but there it goes, getting plenty of tension off that, and then that allows you to slip that on. So I managed to do it without any help, but if you want to get someone to hold this tensioner bar and pushing it towards towards your left, towards the driver, to the passenger side of the vehicle on a US car, then you can slide the belt under while someone holds this down. So that's not too bad. Okay, the next bit is going to be to put this assembly back in place here, which I have somewhere around here. Okay, here it is. Yep. So this is going to go back on, and we're going to put that back on, and then I'll show you that bit. Okay, so you can see we've got this this pulley back on then. It's held in place with these 3 8mm bolts, I think they are. And getting this on and nice and straight was a little bit of a hassle, but I used some anti-seize, and I cleaned up the rust on the back of this pulley before putting it on, so that helped. So now we've got to get this belt to go over the tensioner, over the pulley here, which I believe is the one that's going to have the fan mounted to it, and then down around that. And so in order to do that, we're going to use this 3/4 inch tensioner. We're going to push it off towards the middle of the vehicle, and then reach underneath and get that belt on. And so that should be pretty much the end of the job. After that, it's just going to be a case of putting the thermostat housing back on, and then putting the front of the throttle body back on, connecting up the hoses, putting some of the brackets back in place, and that should be it. So hopefully this will be the last part of the video, because hopefully I'll be all sorted out.